I guess I'm just curious right from the get-go, with the role that's secretive, what was it like? Because I'm assuming for ScarJo and for Florence Pugh, their roles are very secretive, but I imagine yours is even like 100 times more secretive. What was the secrecy process like for you?
Well, it started with first of all me being on set that no one could see, and how do you do that? That was a
Yeah.
great one. I think I've never gone through that. It was quite fun. It was interesting. I had to. I remember walking out. Well, there was this umbrella that was created that had fabric hanging from it all the way to the ground, and I had to be underneath it. And when I walked, I was looking through between the fabric. There was like a little hole, so I could see where I'm walking. And it was quite fun. Very very masked character, so it started from with that on set, and most of the time I couldn't really walk around, and I had to like sit in my tent or my trailer if I didn't work. And then obviously afterwards I just wasn't allowed to talk about it, and understandably. And so yes, and that was that's what I did. Even my mother didn't know. My mother only found out like 2 days ago that
Wow.
and like yeah, she had no idea. She even told me because the movie was supposed to come out last year, and she saw the trailer and she said, "Oh, Olga, there's this super cool movie coming out." And she said, "I saw the trailer. I want to see it." I said, What? And she's like, "Can we go together?" I said, "What movie?" She said, "Oh, Black Widow. I saw the trailer. It looks awesome. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the movies." I said, "Sure. Okay, I'll take you. But when it comes out, I'll take you." And I didn't say a word, And so and that was a year ago. And like, yeah. I said she only found out 2 days ago. So.
You mentioned sort of being in the costume and not being able to show yourself for the most part on set. I'm curious, how much of the movie do we see is you? Obviously, the big reveal with Raykov and at the end is clearly you, but how much of what we actually see in Taskmaster is you? Like, did you even get to do some of the stunts or some of the fights or whatnot?
So yeah, the fighting and like things that preceded, especially my reveal and all of those, mostly like in the end, I got to do. That was fun, and obviously such a complex character with so many abilities. I had to be dubbed, and there was more than one person involved because the character can do so many different things from completely different fields of action that they had to take specialized people that are specialized in certain things. So but it's great because the character can do absolutely anything. There's nothing she can't do because she just mirrors people. And it's fascinating.
You've done so many movies spanning different genres in your career. Many of them feel like superhero movies in their own right because you kick so much ass in a lot of them. I'm just curious, like for you, do you ever feel like, it is only a matter of time until you actually join officially to a superhero movie? Surely you've been probably offered some of them before in the past, right?
No, if I was offered, I would have said yes.
Wow.
Because it's cool. I love Marvel films and superhero films. And no, well, I couldn't have known for sure that it was a matter of time because it's not up to me. But I definitely thought about it, and I always thought, wow, it would be so cool for me to be in one of those because I knew. Well, I'm quite physical and I can do like these. I enjoy doing all these like stunts, and I love martial arts, for example. I pick up choreography very fast. Like it's just because I was dancing when I was a kid. So it's something that I feel like a fish in the water, and I actually enjoy it. This is the most important thing. Like I know, I've had stunt men commenting how much I enjoy training compared to like some actors, and they said like, "Oh, you really like you actually want to do it all," and it's very pleasant for them, but I do. So it was for me it was obvious that that I would enjoy it, but I obviously they had to they had to come with an offer. So all I
Yeah.
could do was just wait.
What were your discussions with Kate Shortland as far as bringing the character of Antonia to life? Even though you don't get to say much, you really convey a lot with your silence, even with your eyes, with your stares. What discussions did you have as far as portraying the character of Antonia?
Yeah, with Kate, we discussed, of course, the backstory, and all the pain that Antonia went through or might have gone through, and things we know or we don't know yet. It was about the fact that behind that armor and that suit and that killing machine, there is a human being, and it's a human being who is made to be bad. She, she wasn't born bad. No one's born bad, but and she's manipulated. She's been abused. She's gone through trauma. She's gone through physical trauma and and psychological trauma. And it was the conflict and the combination of good and evil in one person. And so we mostly spoke about that. And I think to me it was important. I mean, we discuss a lot her soul actually, and because she does have a soul, and of course when she's in that armor, you don't think there is any soul. But that's what's fascinating. There is a soul, and we see a glimpse of it when the very without saying, like, we see a glimpse of it at some point. And that's where you realize that there's so much behind the mask.
Now, I know you can't say much, but your character does get out in the end, and it's too early to tell whether you're returning or if you could return. But if you were returning, what would you like to see them do with Antonia as far as, where should they bring her next now that she's freed from her evil father?
Well, I unfortunately can't. I don't know if I'll be returning. It's not up to me. But you can ask. You can ask Marvel. If I was, so obviously, what would be great is to know more about the character, because the character was kind of introduced in this movie, and there was no time and no story to develop and to get in the depth of it. But the thing is, there's so much to explore about the character that it could be, there's a lot to do with it. So I'm sure if they were to do it, they would do a great job.
Yeah.